Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. It's fucking cold
Yeah.
in here, man.
Let's go. Yeah.
The game is a sport and we causing a scene. We bout to kick it. If you been waiting on me to serve these raps, I'ma tip it. So the scale can't handle my bars, it's too heavy and it's vivid. The numbers going up, got the wire, ain't no limit. There ain't no limit. There ain't no limit. Ain't no limit. Ain't no limit. Ain't no limit. There ain't no limit. 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 Ain't no limit.
What is the poppings? What is the doings? What is the up? What is the guans?
What they do.
We are back again.
Episode number 12.
We are on number 12
Number 12.
of More Than Just a Hip Hop Head, More Than Just a Game. And I'm back with the nigga.
You know.
Nigga.
You
You already know. That man is a from setup here. We are not a setup here.
I want to background, we are essentially elevation, the thing of young cameraman.
The cameraman is not lightening the fuck up. Anyway, this is the new official setup of More Than Just a Game. Every other guest that you're gonna see on the pod from today is gonna come through to where we at now.
Unless it is exclusive.
Where we have to go to your place or what. There's the secret location, the undisclosed Aussie. Secret location studios. Federemo secret location studios. Fandaka, there's something going on. And this that is going on, you're going to see soon. Majita Baspana, that's all I can say. Federe, let's get to business, my dog. How are you, dog?
My dog.
Oh, Moja, dog.
Dog, you know.
What's on the news for tonight, for today, for the day,
Hey, boy.
for the week?
Hey, boy. Today we are going to talk about South Africa, dog. Nothing international, nothing.
Oh, we are back home.
We are back home.
After almost winning the AFCON, we are back home.
Dog. that they beat Nigeria.
You let that be what?
They beat Nigeria. Ivory Coast
Oh, at
beat
the
Nigeria.
final?
Yeah.
I didn't even watch that shit.
Man, Nigeria was going to make a lot of noise. Had they won? Those guys.
Because they beat Mzansi.
Hey, bro. So now imagine going all the way to the final and losing the game. At least now we lost before the final. But anyway, congratulations to Bafana. Bafana, they actually played quite well. Yeah, yeah they did. I didn't expect it.
They almost
even though
redeemed themselves.
But they did. Honestly speaking, they did. It's been a while since Gibona country I support Bafana.
Because of that, I almost felt like it was a match fixing situation.
Yeah, like
because
to distract us from
what is happening now,
and
also because Mzansi is like the most social media active country in the world, in Africa, not the world.
And in sports we are dominating.
So that would make AFCON get so much attention from the world than it would have naturally. So
how Cape Verde was now we all jiggy you know about Cape Verde.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of that sitch. So hey, congratulations to Bafana for making it to the semis. Did they win the number 3?
Yeah, they got the number 3 position.
No.
They worked.
That's better.
I was rushing that game. I was screaming at the TV alone, watching that game. Yeah, I have a grapple with the coach with some players that should have not played the semi-final and could have won.
No, but
anyway,
Nigeria was using
Juju. They're always using Juju.
Nah, because I saw them, that prayer that they had before the penalty shootout, I was like, yeah.
Even our savior couldn't save us. When Williams.
Never. That guy didn't see anything.
But he's good.
But there, you couldn't see anything. You saw the balls turning into snakes.
You saw flames. Anyway, my dog, let's just get right to it. So what's been happening besides Bafana? So
you tell me, man.
We had SONA.
Huh?
We had SONA.
Oh yeah, the State of the Nation address. I wasn't watching that. What happened?
Not SONA. Yeah.
Yeah, go sweat
and sweat. No, not that one. We had the one where the president comes every year and lies to us.
Yeah, and says the same thing he said last year, just in a different.
So now
the
difference with this one is he sort of like was campaigning for the ANC because it's an election year.
Yeah.
But even the campaigning was bad. This is my view on SONA. I'm just going to give you an overview. I'm not going to go into details. And
we'll do that on the next one.
Yeah, we don't even need to do that. These guys
joke. Just
because the very same thing that they're saying now, they're going to say at their manifesto launch. Watch and see.
Oh, the ANC.
Watch and see.
We'll talk about it when
it's out there. This is what they said goes on. Because this guy was telling about a story. Started a story about a child named Tintswalo.
Okay.
Tintswalo was born in 1994, right? Tintswalo lived in free housing that was created by the government. Tintswalo went to school for free. Tintswalo got a bursary. Tintswalo works.
Now has a job.
Yeah. So now he's trying to say everyone is a Tintswalo. Now, Tintswalo right now, the realistic Tintswalo is there sitting at home unemployed with a degree. The real
Tintswalos, yes.
Yeah, the real Tintswalos are now in jail because they couldn't get a job and they resorted to crime.
Comment down if you are a Tintswalo.
Comment if you are a Tintswalo, right? The real Tintswalo right now is struggling to get funding for school because Blade and NSFAS decided to cut
other courses.
The
real Tintswalo has a podcast now because he can't get a job.
The real Tintswalo now is wafeta no yanaka wheelbarrow wa khametse. That is the real Tintswalo.
Not the one that you were speaking about.
Not the one that you were speaking about.
Okay.
The real Tintswalo right now cannot afford electricity. The real Tintswalo has to wait for 350 to be able to buy toiletries.
Man.
That is the real Tintswalo.
The real Tintswalo doesn't even afford food in that sense.
Exactly. The real Tintswalo does not know where the next meal is going to come from.
Shit, bro.
Now,
we are all Tintswalos.
We are all Tintswalos. And even those Tintswalos that are employed are still not able to keep up because the repo rate has increased. So the Tintswalo that he was talking about is paying bond. Okay? Now the repo rate is what? 8.5%. This is the real Tintswalo. The real Tintswalo was paying bond. He started bond at 5%.
Damn, so it's like a whole 3% increase.
A whole 3% increase. There is something like around 4,000, 5,000 increase in your bond repayment. The real Tintswalo, the one he was talking about, his car got repossessed last week because he couldn't pay for it anymore. That is the Tintswalo he was talking about. He forgot to mention that part. The Tintswalo that he's talking about cannot afford to live in this country right now. So that is the Tintswalo. That is the Tintswalo that he forgot to mention. He also talked about what's this? Talked about how we've moved from making comparisons of 1993 to 2014 on how South Africa has changed. He forgot to mention how his government has deteriorated all the SOEs that are there. That what they found in 93. State-owned enterprises.
Oh, yeah.
So your Telkom, your Eskom, your Transnet, your Denel.
Yeah, no, I see them.
Your SAA. Talking about the ones that he fucked up already. Your PIC.
Is the SAA still up for grabs?
Sold for 54 rand. We all know this. Like, this is not even a joke. It was sold for 54 rand.
You fucking around.
This is legit. It was so much in debt that it got bought for 54 rand.
Pinkies.
Bra, ka bancha ite tlamon.
He batho mamodimo like pinkies.
Dog. Ne ke tla zama ne ke na le pinkies no yana no tla ka di mafara.
Amanna o tla ngayo ne equity. What the fuck?
Dog ke berale airline no yana 54 rand.
Wow, you guys should have told us.
You should have told us. We could have bought that shit. So anyway,
That's fly, dog.
this is the dude. Now he's saying all of these things. He forgets to mention that since he got into power, unemployment has increased to over more than half of the population.
Because of
Youth
the 350
unemployment.
thing.
Besides the 350 thing, the government is unable to create employment. But if they go back to our episode, the last episode,
Yeah.
they can know how to employ people, how
And
to
you gave
create
them
the job. I gave them the blueprint. I gave them the blueprint. Private sector cannot work by itself trying to create employment of 64 million people unless we
With
say
what money even?
unless we say this country becomes a private sector run country, of which that means that it will be capitalistic to a point whereby it's unfair to your ordinary South African.
The ones with no qualifications, the ones
So
with
what
domestic ones.
what we need to realize is that the president that we have is so disillusioned, detached to the realities of
South Africa, yeah, and he has this perception of his own that South Africa is some paradise country that it has everything that he speaks of.
He talks about state capture and how he fought state capture. Nigga, how do you fight state capture whilst the ministers in your cabinet are mentioned in the state capture
including
report?
his fucking self? Wasn't he there?
His son.
No, that implies that he's part of it.
He's part of, exactly. His son was there. So you talk about fighting state capture because you and Zuma are having factional battles.
Dispute, yeah.
And you say you're fighting state capture. Nah, bro. You cannot have ministers. Gwede Mantashe was mentioned.
And he's still in the cabinet.
Still in the cabinet. His deputy secretary general, which is Nomvula Mkonyane, was mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
Even Fikile is there.
The current secretary.
Bruh, there's a lot of people who are there. Fikile and I won't even talk about him because there's a lot.
And you spoke about him on the previous episode that he's the political sphere.
He's a political prostitute, that one. That one. I'm telling you now, if they see someone there in the ANC who's about to take down Ramaphosa, he's going to be like, I know.
Yeah, let's go. I know something about something. So.
But now, because what I've seen with his fairness has worked for him, Chef.
His fair work.
Yeah, when they say crime doesn't pay.
Yeah. I mean, prostitutes are one of the richest people on earth.
Because he's, for me, and how the ANC is moving, he is the next in line to become president of the ANC.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But now, unfortunately for us, I don't think the ANC would be in power when he's president of the ANC. Fortunately for this country. Because we cannot survive a Fikile Mbalula country.
Okay.
That one must be mama. He's they called him a dung beetle.
Yeah, I remember on the previous one you said that. Yeah.
He's a dung beetle.
Uputa masepa.
So anyway, State of the Nation address, in essence, for me, and for your ordinary South Africans, it was CAC.
Yeah, get into break it down. How much CAC was it?
How much? Let me give you an example of CAC, of pure CAC. He says they are fighting load shedding. The load shedding is coming to an end. 8 hours later.
There's load shedding.
Not even 8 hours.
During the fucking thing, bro.
During the fucking thing, people didn't have electricity.
We didn't even see that
after 5 hours, it got upgraded to stage 6. 5 hours after.
Who are you fucking with, bro?
You understand? Who's the idiot here? Who is the idiot?
Yeah.
Understand? So he talks about how education has improved. Bruh, we know a bunch of educators there and all that, right? And these educators, in fact, they will tell you about the struggles that they have in their schools, funding and all that. You understand? So when you talk about how education is improved, but you are not even investing in that education.
In fact.
How classes are overcrowded, you cannot even build schools. Imagine had they be building schools, what would be happening right now in this country? Imagine if they would be funding schools properly. Imagine if the level of education was increased. Because at this point, we are working at 40%. This is not even the bare minimum. It's beneath the bare minimum. Teachers are underpaid.
That's why they're doing a shitty job.
You cannot be motivated to go to a job that underpays you, that does not value you.
And then you're going to meet kids who are stubborn, who don't want to listen, who want to make your job a living hell.
These kids, for them to make the teachers' jobs a living hell is because of the societal matters that are happening outside.
So everything is linked to the current situation of the country. Though.
Exactly. So, bruh, this nigga, he's so disillusioned, making comparisons of apartheid to now. And you'd find it weird when white people are saying that apartheid was way better, and some black people would agree.
Apartheid was what?
Was better.
Those people are crazy. Yeah.
In terms of services.
Yes. Yeah, but it was a white-owned country, so
essentially
that was meant to make white people comfortable. So.
But now, reverse it. Had black people be getting those services that white people were getting, that's what should be happening
right now.
And then it should be happening for all, not only for black people, but black people's lives should have been improved way.
Yeah, because we were behind to begin with. Yeah.
Let's look at Germany.
I had Trevor. Have you watched? Where was I think he was talking about something about
his Netflix
Germany.
special.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it.
You should. He was talking about Germany and how it's the only country in the world that actually made up for, like it's actively making up for
its past transgressions.
Like his Hitler thing that it's always burdened with. It's trying every time to
and it's surpassed
replenish.
At this point. It surpassed what it needed to do.
And it's still doing more.
It's still doing more. You understand? So you dog.
Yeah.
Ukulabana ushibile TV or Borroha TV.
I've done that a couple of times.
And I'm not watching soccer now. I'm watching SONA Marika Roha TV. Because I'm wondering, are South Africans not angry now?
We're not.
I'm livid, bro.
I think he's still not angry enough.
Bro, I'm angry, bro.
You are, but not enough.
That's the thing, ne? We are angry, but not angry enough.
Not enough. It's not
we
enough.
Are just.
Yeah, we're like, we can calm ourselves down because we're like, we've known that you're full of shit. So still doing the same thing, but then we move on.
It's
to
like
our
a 3-year-old. Like a 3-year-old.
Yes.
You can't beat them.
But you can get angry.
You're like, wait, like we've been doing that for the past 30 years now.
And we're gonna do it for 30 more years unless
your vote.
We actively do something about it.
Because here's the kicker. So an Ipsos poll came out, I think during the week, or was it last week?
It's a news channel.
No, Ipsos is a sort of like a polling company. They make projections.
Oh yeah.
And they are within their margin of error is like 2%, 3%
Issue.
wrong. So they say if there's a median vote, which means a lot of us come out and vote and register to vote.
Yes.
The ANC could go to 45 to 42%.
Means it could go lower.
Or lower. The EFF would get around 18 to 20%. The DA would be around 15, 17%.
I still maintain that they're going to get 7% those ones.
Which ones?
The DA.
Nah.
It's a prediction. It's a poll.
There's clever blacks, Mchana.
That's not clever though.
I know. We deem them clever blacks. I guess they think they're clever.
Okay.
White people, let me put it like this. Frame Front Plus is going to increase. Right? HNSA and BOSA. You know BOSA?
Yeah, Yaka Musi.
Yeah, Yaka Musi. They're going to eat away the vote, maybe 2%, 3% of
This mini
of the DA, and maybe 1% of the ANC there. The bulk of the votes of the ANC are going to be eaten by Mkhonto Wesizwe and the EFF. Now, don't be scared when I'm talking about Mkhonto Wesizwe. Mkhonto Wesizwe, I think, is going to have maybe 2 or 3 members in parliament.
And apparently, I heard somewhere, this is not confirmed even for my source. It's a source in jail. They don't have an official leader, MK's
leadership.
I heard Zuma released a statement saying they don't.
MK's leadership is unknown. Zuma is the face. He's not.
But apparently, recently, the past couple of days, he released an official statement saying that there is no official leader yet. They are just a cabinet of people dealing with problems together.
Yes. So we don't even know who's going to be president,
even if it wins.
Let me put it like this. Mangosuthu Buthelezi is gone.
From?
Mangosuthu Buthelezi died, I guess.
Oh yeah.
The one of the IFP.
I didn't know.
He died a long time ago. I think June, July, somewhere there. Last year. So
I'm politically ignorant, bro.
Yeah.
You should know.
So now, the current leader of the IFP is unable to relate with the Zulu
MK.
people and so MK will take a bulk of the votes the IFP also. And the Oshebele EFF.
So, let that be implying in your speech, you implying that Banale Zulus have tribalistic ways of voting.
Yes.
Okay.
Most definitely. That is why Zuma is still popular, and the ANC were afraid to do anything about him for the longest of time until he pushed them. He was playing chess. Even now he's still playing chess, and they're playing checkers.
Facts.
Because Zulus have a way of doing things. You understand? Of which is a unique, and I love it. That is why it's one of the only cultures in South Africa that have not lost their roots. You understand me?
Their tribalistic nature protects that.
I might be biased, but anyway.
Yeah, you guys are the Goonies. So
Yeah,
Goonie
so-
people are
anyway, now
very together, Sam.
these guys, the Zulus, for you to win the elections in South Africa, road to victory
2024.
2024, you need 3 provinces. If you cannot get either one of those provinces, you cannot win the election.
That's Northern Cape number 1.
Fuck no, Northern Cape is number last.
That's the biggest province in our country, though.
It's the biggest but least populated. Remember, we are talking about heads that are going to vote.
It's not the how is it not the most populated if it has more space, bro?
Has more space, but some of the space is inhabitable. Don't forget there's a desert there.
Oh yeah, and mines.
And it's hot.
Yeah.
My daughter lives in Northern Cape, I know.
Okay.
So
yeah.
So for you to win the elections in South Africa, you need 3 provinces. KZN is number 1. The second one is Gauteng.
Obviously.
The third one is the Eastern Cape.
Gqeberha and them.
Yes. Those ones we know they're going to vote for the ANC.
The Zulus.
The
Gqeberha, or the Gqeberha people.
My
Your
people. My people. And I think someone needs to go to Gqeberha and go to every household and knock. Guys, Mandela died.
A long time ago.
Mandela is dead. And his ideals, and you voting for Congolese are saying that you're voting for Mandela. Mandela is dead.
The
and
only
I'm sure
way.
Mandela would not even vote for the ANC
Dude,
right now.
No. The only way you guys are gonna see Mandela is in your paper money, man. Like
That's the only way.
He's
And that money is going to be worthless soon because Mandela now is gone. So, Doc, people of the Eastern Cape, please. Mandela is dead, guys. Tell your grandmothers Mandela is dead.
we need new government now. So.
Listen, I'm not saying that people should stop voting for the ANC.
But you are.
But I am. I'm saying don't vote for the ANC now.
Yeah, because you've been saying that they need to recuperate.
They need to go back to the drawing board and then come back.
We'll
they
have
still
the
fuck up,
conversation there.
you know, they need.
Because we need to make them aware.
Yeah.
We need to make them aware that they're too comfortable in their seats.
No, I feel like not even them. All of these politicians need to know, Hore,
You fuck up.
you're gone. We give you one chance. Look at these other countries, how they
operate.
rotate. Okay, I did say I'm not gonna talk about international politics, but I'm just gonna make an example.
Cook boy.
Look at how the elections in the US work. Understand? This year, Khona a Republican as president. The following year, I think after 4 years, it's a Democrat. Now look at their parliament. You have your senators and your congressmen, right? And your the House of Representatives and the House of whatever, right? These people, dog, every 2 years, how would they to vote Congress, the House of Representatives at the same time? Half of Bono would got 2 years, but 4 years again. More 4 years, while I was in before, I was in 2 years before, while I was in 2 years late. I know the party is fucking up more. Within 2 years, I don't know the majority. Within 2 years, they lose the majority.
Shit.
They are
During the term.
During the president's term.
Shit.
So you are able to shake it up. So, the constitutional court there on they can be. I don't know if you know this. You can be independent and run for presidency, yeah.
In this country or the
in
States?
this country, yeah.
In Zanzibar?
Yeah, you can be an independent candidate.
You told me that before, yeah.
So, this is my suggestion. Members of parliament should also be able to to be voted into parliament by the people, not because you're an ANC member. That means that now,
no, doesn't work that way.
Should not work that way. Now the ANC will be the one choosing who goes to parliament or not.
Yeah, I'm listening.
You understand?
Continue, my dog.
So, my dog, all I'm trying to say is, but every district in maybe 2 representatives going to represent their constituents in your national parliament. Then every municipality in the province in every representative in our provincial legislature. You understand me? In that way, we are able to go to you and say, dude, we sent you there to go and represent us, and you are not representing us, so you need to vacate your seat. We need to be able to hold people accountable, individual accountable. You cannot say ANC.
Who's ANC?
Because this is another thing. Our president said that he was fighting he was fighting state capture. But there was a time he wrote a letter and said that the ANC is accused number 1 on the dock. So what you are saying is that you are a leader of a criminal movement.
And we are supposed to believe that you are the solution to the criminal movement.
The thing is, what we need to understand is state capture did not end, it just switched companies. It was the Guptas. I'm putting air quotes. It was the Guptas with air quotes.
Those are the ones that...
It's debatable to say that the Guptas captured the state. I'm always going to say that. And people would say, because you are pro-Zuma. I'm not pro-Zuma. Zuma had his own fuck-ups. Right?
He kind of he colluded with them. But
not necessarily. The Guptas had their way of doing things, and Gulash about the Fixer Dog.
Is that a movie?
It's a series. Olivia Pope.
Not yet. I'll look for it.
Look for it. Dog, they they had a way of getting their will done. And they did not even get. I'm sure Mona government thing they made only about 10% of the money, dog. The Ruperts were still there. The Oppenheimers were still there. Those are the real state capturers.
The ones that don't even
Mar,
get
don't
mentioned.
forget to fund us. It's fine.
Yo, no, we'll do the right things. Why not just give us the money?
But in essence, they are still running the white monopoly capital machinery.
Yeah, doy.
So white monopoly capital is still in existence, and a big time.
And it's growing at a
And
rapid rate.
The inequality gap at this point is huge.
It went from this to now. It's like.
And I was
like
losing
10
my train
years
of thought.
ago.
I was talking about the road to victory.
Yes.
Right. So, for the ANC to win, they'll need KZN. I am definitely sure they say they're not going to get it.
It's MK.
No, it's the EFF.
In KZN.
And them, and they're going to share.
Split it, no?
They're going to share it. They're going to have the bulk of it, but they're not going to get 50 plus 1 of it. They're not going to get 50 plus 1 on Gauteng. Right? They're going to get, the promise that I think they're going to get 50 plus 1 is the Eastern Cape. Western Cape, we know, they're not going to get it.
At all, yeah.
At all, we know. Northern Cape, they might get it. Limpopo, they're going to get it.
The ANC, no?
Yes. Northwest, it's tricky.
Northwest, it's not tricky.
They might get it, they might not.
Yeah, they might not get it considering all the people in Northwest, including the youth in Northwest votes. If the youth in Northwest votes, then it's a definite that the ANC is not going to get it.
Yeah.
But if we don't, then we are just forfeiting.
Are you registered to vote, dog?
Nope.
Dog, how is I register? No?
Yeah. I've been too busy, bro. I never have time to.
Guys, you don't need to go to locals or nothing, but
I've been trying online.
Online is the easiest thing.
It is, but I'm like dealing with a lot of other things. Messages, you text me about the shoot when I'm like,
yeah.
I even forget about that shit. If I had two phones, then
I did it in less than 10 minutes I was done. I voted on
calls, you know.
I voted on the last
I get busy, man.
The last election that we had.
Yeah.
I voted.
Yeah, you told me that. I remember you actually urged me to vote that time, and I was like, "Doc, I don't fucks with that shit," you know.
But guys, the only way we cannot be talking about remakalla gore motlakase wa tsamaya ka load shedding, but you're not doing anything about it. What is the use of us go makalla gore motlakase wa tsamaya? Why is it makalla? Because you didn't vote, you didn't do nothing about it. You don't even have a right to say why motlakase wa tsamaya.
Just like bend your head down and just move on. And that's not a life to live as a South African for the next 5 years.
5 years.
Fuck.
And wait, see, do you know who motlakase is not a problem?
Yeah, no, I remember hearing something about your president having a stake in the company that provides Eskom with
coal.
No, generators, I think.
Or
petrol.
Petrol.
He has
yes.
a petrol thing that's happening.
It's something with Exaro and then Caltex, and then they changed the name and he has a stake there.
Yeah, now the Eskom constantly buys petrol from him, so
every time there is load shedding, he makes money.
That's why it's always.
Also, every time there is electricity, he also makes money with Shanduka. I don't know if he still owns it, but I'm sure he does. Maybe he sold it to another company, the other company that because the agreement that we had with him when he became president was that he was going to put Shanduka in a blind trust. All of his companies were going to be in a blind trust.
And he didn't.
He didn't. Dog, they found dollars I get under
the couch.
I want to know.
Hey man, these couches are not packed yet. I think you're going
anyway, so road to victory. Road to victory. Oh yeah.
You killed him.
No, he didn't kill them. went and tortured them to give him his money back.
And he got it back.
He got it back. For 300,000 for them to keep quiet.
Because you fuck them up. You fucked them up.
You didn't know the story?
Nah.
I don't know. We have a mafia president though. They call Zuma he's running a mafia state. This is the mafia state.
This motherfucker.
So they are road to victory, dog. Come on, thing. Are you?
ANC.
Are you? If we go out to vote,
I'm celebrating that. Yeah.
If we go out to vote.
When? Speak it into existence.
Yes, when we go out to vote. You always tell me about speaking things into existence. When we go out to vote, that is when these guys are not going to retain power. Now
we need that, but we need some new, fresh things.
Now here's the problem.
Even if it's new, fresh shit, but it's
here's
new
the
shit
problem.
Nonetheless.
We are going to have what we call a unity government. That is where the problems comes in.
Well, we are all ruling. There's no one who's actually ruling.
So if Bactabana motion of no confidence against the president,
there's no
nothing.
So they can sabotage him as they please. But
our country is going to be unstable.
Fair.
Unless
it already is, dog.
Like then it's going to be decisions will be hard to make. Unless this is a huge leap. Right? It's a very huge leap, but hopefully something that we could work with. And people would disagree with what I'm going to say right now. Yeah? But
check our lighting, it's gonna.
But the EFF and ANC working together, them working together,
is what is gonna stabilize the country.
And having an agreement of saying no vote or no confidence for the next 3 years in whoever president we choose. And when cabinet is elected, they have a say. Their cadre deployment, right, must be balanced, and with people who are educated to do the job, especially with their cadre deployment. Key ministries, your Minister of Finance, your Minister of Health, your Minister of Education, your Minister of Energy, your Minister of Science and Innovation. Those people need to have the qualifications to do the job. So Minister of Education, at some point. Minister of Health should be a doctor, a medical doctor.
Who knows exactly what the fuck you're talking about.
Minister of Energy. There's some engineer or some scientist
whatever.
Who specialized in science, who specializes in energy. Your Minister of Justice, like your current minister.
Becky.
Becky?
Becky is not our Minister of Police.
Minister of Police. I'm talking about Minister of Justice, Ronald Lamola.
Oh, Justice, Police.
And another thing that needs to be done, that I feel needs to be done and it's important to be done is, what are the number of ministries we have? We have a lot of ministries. This guy, who is our current president, promised us the new dawn. The ministry. What happened in turn? He increased the ministries. We could run our country with 20 ministers, with no deputy ministers.
Who is responsible for holding these people accountable for such things? Or a nigga can say 1, 2, 3, 4 and then turn around to do the opposite. Who is supposed to be?
It's us.
But how do we do that when we just voted you into power and you tell us, like, a way where we can?
That is why I am saying there is no way.
Discipline.
Until
so you do whatever the fuck you want
for the next 5 years.
No matter how ruling before, no one is gonna hold you accountable.
That is why I'm talking about who change the whole voting system and how we control what happens, how the power that Parliament has. Because if we are able to do that, parliament le yone e nna le power, right? That is when the guy called it's all of this thing. Because we're not like, let's say you guys would send me there. Hopefully, if that thing happens, you guys send me. You send me there. You know? And I hear you guys are my constituents, I get. And you are saying, no, the president said that he wants to decrease the number of ministers. And he's not doing so. I should be able to put a motion in parliament that says, that orders the president to say, decrease the number of ministers like you said you would. There needs to be checks and balances. Now there's no checks and balances. You can just see this and in turn switch it up and do the opposite.
And nobody, we're always going to look the other way as the people.
You understand me? So, Nja, stop. We can not stress I feel like
who has to live in a country like this, bro.
I feel like the reason why happy but I was interested in politics is because these trends will stress you, dog. You watch TV almost every day.
Because you hear some bullshit on a daily basis.
Because I'll be like, bullshit. Dog, when I wake up, I watch the news. Before I go to sleep, I watch the news. During the day, I'll watch something. And throughout, someone. Definitely, Papa Munga.
Okay, considering that and since the manifestos are the party what?
Yeah, no. I want us to have a special segment whereby we analyze EFF and ANC manifestos. They are almost identical.
When can we do that? On the next one?
On the next one, because I get the manifesto launch at the ANC, I think it's coming weekend.
Okay. So
I get the EFF the past weekend. And I still need Malema to explain to me this thing of wanting to give the gratuity for 6,000 rand. I get as if you're not working, this is your pension. This is your 350 essentially.
For an educated individual.
For an educated, it would be like 6,000 if you have a degree, 3,000 if you have metric. No, metric is 350. That's how we put it.
Okay. No, let's get the 3,000 fit. Yeah, communicate with me. Why is that a wrong thing?
I'm fighting this thing of us becoming a welfare state. Understand? We cannot be a welfare state. And if you don't fight this thing, but why would I need to go to work if you 6,000?
You don't need a job.
You won't need a job. So I was talking with Spanish production in our country.
Consumer,
welfare state whereby we some of these things they are not calculated, according to me. They are not calculated. He needs let him sing a stress. And most of the things that he talks about are wholesome.
They resonate with us, but some are unrealistic.
They are totally unrealistic. And my fear is those would turn him into a liar. I understand.
Which is exactly what we are penalizing Ramaphosa for doing, dog.
I don't want him to get in them like, hey Joe, because me I'm going to be like, hey Baba, I'm qualified enough. I'm going to be like, Baba, where's my 6,000? Because I have a degree. Where's my 6,000?
We're all going to want our money, Baba.
Baba, they born.
We are going to want the money.
I don't know about kwedi hela.
We want the first payment on the first.
6,000.
We want that money. You promised this to us.
You promised me 6,000.
You know what? As I'm processing what you're saying and this 6,000, 3,000 in communication, I'm thinking, as unrealistic as it may be, Malem, I trust that we are a country of intelligent people. So, us creating, though, because in my head now, I'm thinking, man, 3,000 rands a month for being a matriculant, I'd use it for some shit that actually makes a difference.
But now, you are, let's say, you get 3,000, right? And you want to have shop where you got. Ne? For example, like a shop Amoka is got. It has 2 branches, right? Who's going to work at your shop?
Anybody who,
Bahola.
not all of them, and
30,000.
it's not enough for everybody.
I know.
So-
But you'd have to match.
Aid payment is
This is
And if
them
you're on the-
killing small businesses.
yeah,
Killing small business. Small
Fact.
business is dead.
fact.
You understand?
Because the same 3,000 that you're talking about is the same 3,000 I got for being a general assistant. So,
Who is going to be like, "Ke o tla gola?" For 3,000. Ke na ke kgona go get 3,000.
yeah, it could.
It needs a fine balance. I could get, if they would say, "Ohola 3,000 EO," whereby you've been retrenched to Kospani, and maybe you are for the next 6 months whilst looking for a job.
Actively, no less.
Actively looking for a job. I get tons of these systems in place that show this person is actively looking for a job.
They've
So
been applying,
whilst he's
And that also helps in making that an easier job. Like go apply, on the shelter, go print a CV, transport a go code company tail.
what the EFF needs to do is industrialize this country.
Quick.
Not even quick, drastic. So, drastically, so to a point whereby our imports is about 20%, the export are like 80%.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
Then, offerite unemployment, offerite unemployed graduates, offerite ufugute crime. There's a lot of ideas. They could run with my idea last week.
No, now that you said that, I think what you're saying is Malema is trying to look for a quick remedy to the situation that is going to have bad repercussions in the future.
He's putting over elastoplasty mo tshwantseng a stitch it there. Tshwantse a tle ka tlhale ena ba
I know how
elastoplasty.
to plaster and yeah, I get you.
Backfires.
You're right.
I wanna gore
So Mari will compare to what the ANC looks like, the manifesto thing and what it. So is that the only grapple you have with theirs, with the EFF's thing?
the open borders. In fact, I'm not against open borders. No? I'm not against open borders.
But
But if you don't buy the car, cancel us this book.
although,
We
however,
ne, we need to systematically fix our country. Ne? Nka se go bitse ko gaka ke re o tlo go dula le nna ke snap up.
what's
Wa gora gore papa ke na le nyone ke le kaneng nna le bana ke ba go ja. Wa understand? So
and the get la hafula mo plating yaka, you know.
maana jo gafola mo plating ya ka still ha ke gore na ke sa gore gora ra ke khone go function.
I get grumpy and I will end up blaming you for initially coming to my house.
And ke nna ke go biditseng to me.
You know what I'm saying.
And we need to also be able to track and trace people coming in. This is the most important thing. Not everyone who comes to our country comes here with good intentions. We know this.
And we've seen it, we've experienced it.
People will complain about Nigerians. There are Nigerians who are here with good intentions.
And then there are Nigerians who are drug lords in our country.
And run prostitution rings, human trafficking. We know this. But not all of them are here. As there are Zimbabweans who are here who are working and earning an
honest
living.
income, yeah.
Right. They are here you understand? They are here to earn an honest living.
Yeah.
And then there are others who are here to do housebreaking, hijacking. I understand. So we need to be able to track and trace
Heists and
to know who you are here. You are not saying don't come here. Everything should be visa free. Just come with your passport. You can go to Nigeria today.
Yeah, but show us what you are here for.
And show us proof of this is who you are, and we know. We need to know who you are and when are you going back home. Are you going back home or are you here to stay so that unlike tabelo ngwana ke mo sentse ile ko ntle kwa ile go tshameka be re tshola bo jeje tsa gaga
khandila wa tla tsore ke tlala wena di judi fedile mo pitse
ile pitse tse metsi ha gona le bogogo
just like
understand.
You're right, yeah.
So I'm not against open borders, but we need to have systems in place
that are going to manage the open borders.
I don't have a problem with gonna le bullet train e jwang haya go Egypt.
As long as it's properly managed and everybody's documented and everybody that's the admin fela e tlhokagala.
It's the admin. Fix the admin. Bullet di border ga ntsha defense client lot
go sena admin it's a berek. So answering a way for us to control this so that when you come with some bullshit we are able to deport you.
So he also talked about restarting the coal plants. I don't have a problem with that. Mare, I have a problem with the just energy transition. It's a thing right now. It's moving way too fast. I don't have a problem with us restarting those coal power stations because that's employment for people. That's us using our own natural resources to power electricity
without having to pay for
But climate change is a reality. Even though we are not the ones contributing more to climate change, but it is a reality.
Yeah, we're gonna have to live with it as well.
Not even us. Our kids, our grandkids are the ones that know.
They are us. They are us. Those people are us.
8 years from now.
Because you put them here and they have your DNA in there.
Yeah.
So
8 years from now, my daughter will be 84 years. 8 years from now.
You will be dead for 84 years.
I cannot have an 84-year-old daughter and be alive.
Well, not for 84 years, but you know what I'm saying.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
But anyway, dog, we need to also talk about how to get clean coal, ways in mitigating our emissions, and also find ways on mitigating climate change in terms of growth here, farming, and also the land. I still have a problem with the land and how I don't have a problem with land expropriation without compensation, right? The only problem I have is the state owning the land.
Indefinitely, and them apparently renting that shit out to us.
Because
it's crazy. So what they're saying is that they would own the land that I'm living in now.
Yes, where your house is at.
That's stupid.
That's
so
fucking
stupid.
You own nothing.
Ain't nobody doing that shit, bro.
Nobody. That is my biggest, because mind you, we don't know if the EFF are going to be in power forever. Let's say they're in power, and then the land question comes into debate.
They win it.
They win it. Right?
And they get kicked out of their chairs.
So whoever is in gets to control the land. And our intentions stubborn didn't say.
The DA was
let's say magically they win.
We are fucked.
They own the land.
Malama, reconsider your shit. That's stupid, bro.
Look, the state being a custodian of the land and people buying the land off the state.
Yeah. That makes more sense than them owning the whole thing.
He made an argument of saying we don't own water. But when you drink water, you feel like you don't own that water.
That's toddler reasoning.
Essentially, because we pay for services. We pay for that.
You reason like a fucking
toddler. I own that water because I paid for that water. That's why I don't feel like I don't own this water, because I paid for that water.
But they like levy every fucking month. So how can you not own the water?
Exactly. That is my
when
water.
You paid for the pipes that are under your house.
That is my water.
Hey, Malema, can we move on from this shit? This sounds like some mediocre shit.
The EFF has nice policies, but the explanation and phrasing and implementation of those policies
has the same attitude as what Ramaphosa has towards us now.
not necessarily.
It does, because in a sense of I am explaining to you like a person who knows nothing, so I am going to belittle your intelligence in the process.
Because I wouldn't necessarily say even they are belittling our intelligence, but I would say they did not think things through.
Yeah, man, they had so long to...
No. Wait, see, when you have a stance, you have a stance. Already say when Floyd explains their policies.
Chivambo.
Yeah, when Floyd explains the policies to the EFF, you will fall in love with the policy of the EFF. In hand, when they are president, I don't have a problem with their president. Their president is charismatic.
So his delivery is like fucked up.
His delivery leaves much less to be desired. And he's a good leader. And how he does his things, how he keeps the discipline within the movement.
He shouldn't be part of EFF's PR then.
But how do you say that when he's the face?
He should be trained for situations.
He should
go
to
think
PR
he's
training.
winging it. Yeah, he's winging it because
he's sort of like the Donald Trump of us.
So he needs to be like, Doc, there are certain things you need not to say.
Or he needs to know how to explain them.
Because now...
Because when you say, we are going to expropriate their minds, you need to explain how.
Because, Doc, what, Doc?
So I want us to look at
you are rearranging
things.
the whole thing that has been working properly this whole time, and now it's gonna fuck up the whole thing. You wanna get new leaders. You wanna get new. Come on.
So now here's the problem.
Talk about things that make sense.
Here's the problem, though. The ANC cannot, especially if they go under 42%,
Yeah.
they cannot. The political parties, they will not get 50 plus 1.
The EFF.
The ANC.
Oh, yeah.
The EFF is not going to get 50 plus 1. This one we know. They are going to increase, yes.
Not that much.
They're going to increase probably, I hope, by 4%. 4% to 5%, which will give them around 18 to 20%. So, the ANC would need to work with the EFF. The DA said they won't work with the ANC, but we don't know. They could. But that's where we'd be fucked. The ANC works with the EFF, with the DA. We will be fucked. Now, the EFF with the ANC, there will be a lot of squabbles. You see, there's a lot, dog. This thing has stress. As the youth, 15 million of us. Babas are registered to vote, 15 million. The youth. These are 30 and under. They are not registered to vote. We sit down. The ANC only 10 million votes the last election. So 15 million of those who are not those who are not registered to vote. 15 million of you and some of us who are registered to vote, we come here, we sit down, and we come to a decision. Who are we voting for? Those people, we are giving you 5 years to run this country.
After
that, if something move to the side.
We need to have an off-cam conversation about that, about implementing that. I think it's not impossible.
It's late.
As late as it may be for the next 5 years, we can start it now.
Now for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Because we are going to have a problem of an unstable government. We're going to have an unstable government for the next 5 years. I don't want to lie.
Unless we do something about it, Doc, now.
No, there's nothing we can do about it now. It's already
late. For the next 5 years. For that, the election.
If this country would have not gone to shit that 5 years ago.
2029. There's still a way to come back. If we're still allowed to vote, then
that's the thing. We don't know what would happen. It might be a fucking civil war. You never know. Unstable governments breed civil war.
Okay, Lucky, is that everything, bro? for today? Because
I think today I said we are not going to talk a lot.
Yeah, because the darkness is
The
starting
darkness
to catch
is
up with
here.
us, yeah.
Guys, I think you'll catch us on the next episode whereby we'll be analyzing both the EFF manifesto and the ANC. I think I'll come with their manifestos. We'll read them on the pod and see what is what. And also, guys, please find ways to register to vote because wow. But anyway, Slado.
Yo, thank you,
bro. Until the next one.
Yeah, that was more than just a hip hop head.
The political segment.
I'll be on soon. It's called Sparna. It's with me and Fibonacci. It's produced by Fibonacci. It's a nice song.
It's warm. Not even warm, it's hot.
Yeah, it's fire.
It's like that lava in Iceland. You know that? Yes. It's like that.
So, get lots of links
in the next few days.
Yeah, probably it's gonna go out the same time as this episode.
So maybe you might even
put it in the
description below.
Thank you guys for watching. Your support and your presence is very, very much appreciated.
Please like. Also share the podcast. Your aunts, your sisters.
And make sure all of them tap the subscribe button.
The one that likes music. Find music. Your grandfather, they like politics. Find me there. You know.
There's a show called Levels on the channel.
Yes.
It's about new
gaming and
video games and all that. So you can check that out too. So everybody who was on our list, please press the subscribe button, press the like, and I'm also going to get more guests, new guests, very interesting guests,
very interesting conversations,
nice conversations, nice people,
and me ranting about how the country is fucked.
And I hope you and I will enjoy our journey as we grow.
And the growth is there. If they knew what's happening right now, things are happening. This is going to be the second biggest podcast in Africa and then become the biggest podcast in Africa. Soon.
It's received. McG, we are coming for you,
McG, we are coming.
But
you can also invite us, eh?
Yeah, because,
because we want to invite you also, eh?
So we can come for each other like that.
Yeah.
Just that we are coming for you, man.
We know, the space is open for everyone.
Yeah. So.
I gatekeep.
Elwana's a gatekeeper, man. McG,
McG's not a gatekeeper.
Oh, yeah?
He's not. He hates gatekeeping, so I trust him on that.
Okay.
On the next one, Bumbayage.
Salabon.
I need to light. Until tomorrow.
It's a podcast.